Next Level Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
We are here in Denver, Colorado for the second semifinal game of Season 16 to see who will join Florida in the championship game as the Denver Nightwings play host to the Vancouver Legion. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and alongside me in the fully vaccinated broadcast booth is the Hall of Famer, Matt Wilson. On stats, the man who whose wife wouldn't let him name his own children because he would have made them completely unpronounceable. He is Gerald Smith. Our producer is SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine. You are watching the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports. Matt, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, I think.
Matt, Vancouver started off their season 3-0, but they found themselves 3-3 at the midway point of the season. Since that time, they've only lost one game, ironically to Florida, who's currently waiting to see who's going to join them in the championship. Denver only lost one game all season long back in Week 6 when the Houston Hyenas had their number. Otherwise, they've been perfect on the season. Tonight, these two teams face off. The winner faces Florida in the championship. What does each team need to do in order to secure the victory for their squad?
Yeah, for these two teams, it begins and ends with the offense. Denver has the number one rushing offense with Jared McChesney. Vancouver's number one in passing, led by Tom Pepper. Denver likes to run a more conservative ball control scheme. Vancouver prefers the big play. The Nightwings need to continue to be efficient on offense and force Pepper into mistakes. The Legion shouldn't force the issue and instead use their own dynamic running back, Robert Redford, keep Denver's defense honest. Which team will move on to the championship, Mike? There's only one way to find out, and that's undefeated.
All right, Matt, for our final call for this season, let's head down to the field to get this one started. Vancouver will kick the ball off first. Vancouver in white, Denver in black. The ball is teed up. Rakowski ready to kick this one away, and we are underway here in Denver, Colorado. Ball taken at about the 11-yard line and running it up the middle. A nice kick return all the way up to the 35-yard line. That is where the Denver Nightwings will get things started. Riley Quintero, the first-round pick of the Denver Nightwings this past offseason with the return, had a kick return for a touchdown in the quarterfinal game, which helped get their victory over Arizona. Josh Miller brings the offense out onto the field under center to get things going. Play action on the first play from scrimmage. Nice out route up to the top, caught by Giacomo Jones. Gain of 9 brings up a second down and 1.
There's that efficiency, Mike. Not a big play, but sets up perfectly their running game now with McChesney if they want to go there on 2nd and 1.
Jared McChesney, MVP candidate, or possibly a sure thing. We'll see what happens later on. Had a heck of a season. He does indeed get the ball, gets the first down and more, getting it up to the 49-yard line. The starting offense for the Denver Nightwings, quarterback is Josh Miller. Halfback Jared McChesney, the fullback, we'll see him used in a variety of different ways, R.E. Mills. Giacomo Jones, Bryce Battle, and Riley Quintero are the receivers. Jeremy Mosley is the tight end. Gene Benazzi and D'Amico Ryans are the guards that help block on this offensive line to set things up for McChesney and keep Miller protected. Miller will throw an out route down to the bottom this time, and that one is also caught. Gain of 8, hauled in by Bryce Battle.
There you go, Mike. Another accurate delivered pass by McChesney, or by Miller, and now could be McChesney time again. I mean, this could just keep working all night long unless Vancouver figures out a way to stop it.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. Be interesting to see how this one plays out. I expect quite a bit of scoring from both of these squads. Over-under set at 57.5. McChesney takes that handoff on second down, will only gain a yard. Sets up a 3rd down and 1. You know, Matt, talking about the matchup history between these two teams, they've played 10 total games. And the Night Wings lead the series 7-3 all time. 8 of the 10 meetings have been decided by one score or less, including the last 3. But there was one game back in season 12. These two teams put up a combined over 100 points. We'll see what they can do tonight. McChesney on third down. He gets the first, trucks the defender.
Bye-bye.
And he's off to the races. 10-5. Your first points of the ball game are on the board. Touchdown, Night Wings.
Appropriate was McChesney. Mike gets some good blocking, but also just has the ability to break tackles. I mean, boom, knocks that guy over, and then look at the O-line just running down the field. I mean, there's more Nightwing jerseys than Vancouver jerseys on that picture. So, again, boom, lowers the shoulder. All it takes.
Absolutely, Matt. Great blocking set up by that offensive line. And the receivers on the Night Wings squad setting up that touchdown for McChesney. He's been putting up touchdowns in buckets this season. Denver Night Wings offense, Matt, they had 16 rushing touchdowns. That's number 2 in the league. Ironically, though, they're tied at number 2. Do you know who the other team is with 16 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns on the season? Vancouver. So we'll see their offense come onto the field next. Robert Redford, their halfback. See how much they get him involved tonight, Matt. He led the league in rushing average. So it would be interesting to see if they want to, get him involved, get some rushes into his hands, and see if he can, outduel McChesney on the other side of the field.
That's a tall task.
Absolutely. Extra point was up and good. 7-0 Denver with the early lead in this one. Only a couple minutes off the clock. And this kick deep into the end zone will be brought out. Spinning and spinning some more. Oh, almost broke through that one last guy to beat. Gets it up to the 28-yard line. Matt, needing more, what we were just referring to, Robert Redford. He had quite a nice average, 5.9 yards per carry on average, had 16 rushing touchdowns, but only had 224 carries. That was 17th in the SFL.
Yeah.
So, led the league in average, but was near the bottom in number of rushes, and won't be getting the rush here as Tom Pepper is alone in the backfield. Low snap, hauled in by Pepper, pass over the middle, and that one is caught for a gain of 8, hauled in by wide receiver Andy Hamilton.
But that was a much tougher completion than anything Denver had to face on that first drive. And coming out with all those receivers, we'll see if that's where the game plan leans. If it is, I don't know how much I favor it, but this looks like a much heavier set.
Robert Redford now in the backfield with Tom Pepper under center. Pepper will get it into Redford's hands on a swing pass, and he does indeed get first down yardage up to the 39-yard line. The starting offense for the Vancouver Legion. We mentioned quarterback Tom Pepper, and the running back is Robert Redford. The wide receivers, Brett Killian, Kendra Hall, and you just saw Andy Hamilton on that previous play to this one. The tight ends, there's a pair of them, James Walters and Dan Daly. Couple of stud offensive linemen. Michael Percoco is the guard. Mike Newtones is the tackle. First down and 10. Split backs now in the backfield. Pepper to throw, out route up to the top, and that one is hauled in for a gain of 5, falling out of bounds. After that gain of 5 is Kendra Hall.
That's more out of the Denver playbook. See if they decide to go back to Redford on a run. He hasn't touched the ball yet in the backfield.
Kendra Hall over 1,000 yards receiving on the season with 1,052. That was good for 12th overall in the league. Averaged 17 yards per reception, Matt. That's good for 6th. Only got 5 on that one. This pass going deep down the left-hand side, and that one's hauled in. Hashtag throw it to the tight end. Dan Daly getting involved.
Now still no run for Redford yet, but that was a great pass by Pepper, and that's more of what Vancouver wants to do. Again, that is a little bit of a deeper pass, and there's nobody there. That's a nice window for Pepper to throw to. So I would have expected Denver to be a little more keen on those deep passes, middle deep passes, but not so far.
First down and 10 at the Denver 31-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield once again for Vancouver. And Pepper to throw once again. Short pass over the middle, trying to hit Brett Killian, but that one was well defended and is incomplete.
You had
Brett
two
Killian, Matt,
receivers.
the other 1,000-yard receiver. Is that what you were about to say?
No, they had two receivers crossing in that play. They ran into each other. That play needed a little more time to develop, or a little less. I'm not sure, but by the time Pepper threw it, he had two targets, and they kind of got in each other's way.
Offset I now in the backfield on 2nd down and 10. And our first Robert Redford sighting of the day on the ground, and there's that 5.9 yards per carry. Actually picks up 7 on that play. That's up a nice 3rd down and 3. And Matt, that's why we feel maybe he should be getting the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. It just makes your offense so much easier. This was 2nd and 3 instead of 3rd and 3, but now you're kind of a little bit in no man's land. If Vancouver's offense is any indication so far, they're going to pass it here. Maybe the top would be a nice option.
And they do indeed go to throw. Throwing on the run and overthrowing his target. Tom Pepper couldn't get his feet set as pressure was coming around the back of him. Tried to step up and throw it, and that one fell incomplete. So a long field goal try, Matt, for the field goal kicker. We've seen him miss a few this season.
It's going to be an adventure all night long if Vancouver's going to be kicking field goals. They didn't pay their kicker as highly as Denver did, so it's more of a 75% situation instead of maybe a 99% situation.
This one from about 35 yards out from the left hash. Trying to get some points on the board on their opening drive. Low snap, but it is set up, and it is up and good. And it's from 41, not 35. Math is hard. Rakowski on the ground, but he's happy he made that kick, especially being from 41.
It didn't look... Yeah, that kick didn't look very pretty. It didn't have too much more on it either. But luckily for Vancouver, Denver didn't send a big rush at the kicker. That could have got blocked. That snap.
Yeah, absolutely. With that low snap, I was expecting the block to happen, but the holder, Mark Salt, was able to get the ball set up, and Rakowski was able to put it up and through, get some points on the board. 7-3, Denver in the lead. Denver getting ready to start their second drive. Quintero brings this one out to the 28-yard line. So we talked about the Denver Nightwings starting offense. How about the Vancouver Legion starting defense? The defensive line, Achilles Papatonis, Mike Coverson, and Gerald Giudice. The linebackers are Kevin Brackett and Josh Farnsey. The corners, Kyler Murray, Ashley Rose Finch, and Dean Maddox. The safeties, Major Key, Nate Hall, and Mark Lopez. Josh Miller, play action, that out route to the top. We saw that exact same play on the first drive, and it works again for the exact same yardage. 9 yards, Giacomo Jones.
And what we've watched Denver, we haven't seen them lose, Mike, because they've only lost once all season, is the key to them being effective is winning on first down. And when I say winning, I say getting 5 or 6 yards on first down, which sets up their running attack. And that's right out of the playbook. I've seen them run so many times before. They get 8 or 9 yards and first down. It puts your defense really in a bind as the whole playbook's open.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they can run here, and it looks like they probably will, but they could have also tried another pass and relied on McChesney for the third one, but they will set up the 2nd down and 1 run, and he only gets about a yard. They'll spot him with 2 going from the 37 to the 39. It's fresh set of downs inside 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
McChesney might have been able to bounce that outside for more, but he wanted the sure first down, so just lowered the shoulder and got the yard he needed, and the drive continues.
Offset I now with 3 wide receivers on the field. McChesney does take the handoff, runs up the middle. A little bit better run this time as he gains 5 up the gut. 2nd down and 5 from their own 44-yard line.
So now if Denver wants, they can go reverse, right? And run the play action out route and get your 5 or 6 and get a first down. See, this is the problem with the Denver offense. It's so quick to develop that if you don't get pressure on Miller, or if you don't stuff McChesney, you got a problem. Although they're going shotgun here, so see what they dial up. Safety's playing kind of shallow.
Miller takes the snap, looks, fires quick pass over the middle. That one's caught to a wide open target. Looks like that was Quintero, the rookie, with the reception, getting the first down and more.
Well, he's pretty much not a rookie anymore, Mike. You're in the postseason now. You got your first season. Just finds the soft middle of that zone, and Miller delivers just a nice drop in the bucket to him, and Denver's drive continues.
30 receptions, 360 yards, and 3 touchdowns during the regular season for Riley Quintero. Adding on some more yards, more catches here in the postseason, trying to help the Nightwings get to yet another championship game. Pass floating down the right sideline. What a beautiful touch pass, throwing it to the tight end, Jeremy Mosley, getting his first catch of the ball game, and that was a big one.
Yeah, Miller, Red Lord of the Rings back there. Look at this. He's just sitting back, waiting for his receiver to get open. He just beats the coverage. And, I mean, that's a big win for the Denver offense. That's more aggressive than they normally come out as, and now they can go back to being considered if they want. Those out routes will still work on these, close to goal situations where they can just give it to McChesney. But again, way off is Vancouver playing at the top and bottom of the screen.
4 wide receivers on the field now for the Nightwings. Miller under center, play action again, throwing it over the middle this time and getting another first down, reaching out for extra yardage. They'll spot it down at the 1 because of the reach. There he is, R.E. Mills. I told you we would see him being used in a variety of different ways. Didn't carry the ball a whole lot during the regular season, but caught passes almost as much as he did run the ball. And that one good for a 1st and goal now from the 1.
Well, this could be a trap up the middle. Let's see.
And Miller hands that one off to McChesney, stuffed at the line. 2nd and goal now from the 1. Big stop by Bowers.
You know what I do?
Do it again.
Exactly. And then again.
You know what I would do, Matt? You know what I would do?
Throw a Hail Mary from this formation.
Throw it to the tight end. Jeremy Mosley, he'll be open. I promise you that. Hand in the turf at the bottom of the formation. And they take the mat approach, and it works. Jared McChesney, touchdown Nightwings.
Mikey's the league's leading rusher. How can you not give it to him 3 times in a row from the 1-yard line?
Absolutely. Now that definitely is the smart play. You just got to put it into his hands and have him make the plays that he's been doing all season long. That's why I think it's a darn near unanimous thought that he will be the league's MVP. He is now only 1 touchdown away from 100 career rushing touchdowns. Extra point is up and good. Kramer Jackman basically does not miss. 14-3, Denver out in front here over the Vancouver Legion. Matt, they are trying to win this game and send the Nightwings to their 3rd championship game.
Vancouver's got to get on their horse and score some points because right now the Denver offense hasn't been stopped. I mean, it's only been 2 possessions, but it's about been as dominant as you can get. Again, ball control offense.
So down by 11, the Vancouver Legion will head back out onto the field on offense. Tom Pepper leading them back out onto the field, Matt. Speaking of MVP seasons, Tom Pepper, does he have an MVP season here? 4,256 passing yards. It's a career high, and he led the SFL. Sacked 22 times. That was a career low. He's also got 2 1,000-yard receivers, as we mentioned, with Brett Killian and Kendra Hall. The only other team to have 2 1,000-yard receivers is Arizona. An impressive feat by Tom Pepper. Pepper hands the ball off to Redford. Redford doesn't have the blockers, though, and loses 2 yards on the play. And, Matt, speaking of Tom Pepper, once again, we're looking at his season stats before the game, and you also noticed something about his average yards per throw.
Yeah, I was about to get to that. Yeah, he leads the league in yards per attempt. But coming back to one of my least favorite things, you know how much I love slow developing run plays.
Yeah, that one did not work there. And Pepper swings this one out to Redford behind the line, spins and almost gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Tackled at the 20-yard line, 3rd down and 11. And now Pepper's going to have to get more than his average. He's been averaging 8.8 yards per pass attempt throughout the season. He's going to need 11 here, and alone in the backfield coming out.
Oh, they're pressing. They're challenging Pepper and these receivers. Little bump coverage, perhaps. Yep.
Pepper looks, fires down the right sideline, tipped and incomplete. Was trying to hit Kendra Hall, but could not get it over the defender. Kindler in on the coverage. That's a quick 3 and out for the Legion. And, Matt, we were talking earlier about how, Vancouver should be able to keep up with scoring. They have a very dynamic offense, but, sending it back to Denver now, down by 11. It's really going to fall on the shoulders of the defense to try to prevent another Denver touchdown. You don't want to get this too far out of hand.
No, especially with this offense. They're built to play with the lead. So is this defense.
If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. First down and 10 for the Nightwings from their own 46-yard line. Great starting field position now for Denver. Ball is handed off to R.E. Mills. Only going to gain 1 on the carry. Sets up a second down and 9.
Yeah, and try to go for a change of pace there. But I still like McChesney there. He's fresh. I like giving it to Mills after McChesney's got, 2 or 3 carries in a row. And but now you've got, Vancouver's got Denver right where they want him. Now it's second and long. See if the defense can keep it that way.
8 in the box for Vancouver. Miller throws down to the bottom, though, is wide open target. Bryce Battle once again on that out route. Sets up a third down and inches. And Matt, I think we know what play would come up next.
Yeah. Vancouver tried to bring the heat with a blitz there, but no dice. I mean, that Denver also has 2 highly paid guards that works out in the passing game and the rushing game. And here's where they earn their money right here, third and inches.
Absolutely. McChesney and Mills in the backfield. Mills will get this one, and he's able to bust through and get about 8 on the carry. Surges ahead up to the 37-yard line, first and 10. Getting the yards he needed and more.
And Mills trying to shut me up there. Looks like he got shot out of a missile right through the line, breaks the tackle, and then carries the guy for a couple more yards.
Shot out of a missile indeed, Matt. Denver up 14-3 here in the first quarter as we tick away the final seconds of the first quarter of play. Miller play action pressure coming. He's able to get the pass out. Mills with the reception gets 9.9 on that one. Second down and inches, 30 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Matt, I mentioned that Denver trying to make it to their 3rd championship game. They've been there twice. They've won one of them. This is also Vancouver's 3rd semifinal appearance in their 8-season history. Each time they made it, they lost to the eventual champion. They're looking to turn that stat around this time. On second and inches, a deep out route, wide open and breaking the tackle. Bryce Battle, what a spin move. Josh Miller, perfect on the day so far, 117 yards. Battle's got a few of those catches. Actually, he's the leading receiver so far for the Nightwings. Look at that move, Matt.
Yeah, it's a slick move. It's almost like a power spin. It's not like a Hollywood spin, but it's got some more mustard on it. If you hit it, it's just going to make you go flying. And now, 11-yard line again. And, hey, end of the first quarter.
And that is that's it. Quarter number 1 already done. Nightwings up 14-3 over the Legion. See what happens on this fresh set of downs on the other side. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Richard L. Snowden Stadium here in Denver, Colorado. I'm Mike Daggs on play-by-play. With me in the booth, Matt Wilson, the Hall of Famer. Gerald Smith with us on stats. Josh Miller throwing it towards the end zone. That one is complete to Giacomo Jones and into the end zone. Touchdown, Denver.
Too easy right now, Mike.
Absolutely.
I think Denver's faced one third down so far. I don't know. It's been brutal on defense. Again, all you have to do, turn, fire wide open, and Jones breaks a tackle and scores. It doesn't get much simpler than that.
Yeah, you're close. They've had 2 third downs. They've converted both of them. And getting that one into the end zone for the touchdown. They've had 3 offensive possessions, all of which have resulted in touchdowns so far. 5-play, 66-yard drive ended with a touchdown to get things started. A 43-yard run by Jared McChesney. 8-play, 72-yard drive ending in a 1-yard touchdown run by McChesney. And now a 6-play, 54-yard drive, 11-yard touchdown pass to Giacomo Jones. They're getting it done on the ground and through the air. And that's, we kind of expected Vancouver would be doing with their top-tiered passing offense and also one of the top rushers in the league. We were mentioning how we really kind of felt that McChesney and Redford, the number 1 and number 2 backs in the league, getting it done in with big averages on the rushes.
He spun when he should have spun the other way.
Dean
That was
Maddox
close.
brings that one out to the 23-yard line. The Vancouver Legion offense back out onto the field. The starting defensive lineup for the Denver Nightwings, the defensive linemen, Marlon Marshall, Michael Rochester, and Des Troyer. The linebackers, Adam Wiseman and Echo Love. The corners, Matt Papineau, Nick Kindler, and Rosca Santagria. The safeties, Josh Vasquez and Maurice Lloyd. Robert Redford with the carry, and that one goes nowhere, wrapped up right at the line by Des Troyer.
Well, we asked for a Redford run. Unfortunately, it didn't get very far. Vancouver's got to try to get, 4 or 5 yards here. It'd be definitely help their cause for third down, unless they could just pick it up here. They're probably way off Denver is, so just throw it up to the top. Get your 5.
Redford takes the handoff again, and for the second consecutive drive, they have a 3rd down and 11 at risk of going 3 and out once again. They were 3 and out on their last drive after a net gain of -1 yards, and staring at that same scenario right now.
There we go with that bump coverage. See if Pepper can beat it this time.
Pepper looking to pass deep down the right sideline, and that one is swatted away and incomplete. Matt, that was almost a carbon copy of the last drive. Nick Kindler swatting that one away just as he did the last time to force that 3 and out, -1 yards on the drive, and the punter coming back out onto the field.
Just
Brian
say
Patrick
-1 yards.
minus
Oh my
one.
gosh! Don't make
-1 yard. Matthew. I forgot that you were an English teacher in your spare time.
And I'm not some game that doesn't have its grammar down properly.
Well, it's plagued me my whole life. Riley Quintero bringing that one up to the 49-yard line. Denver with their best starting field position of the ball game now.
And you see that bump man, that's something you see from scouting, right? To play Vancouver's run to some success, and Denver's like, well, how do you beat it? Press man. And if Vancouver continues to run it, it doesn't look like it's going to be successful.
So Josh Miller leading the offense back out onto the field for the Nightwings. Quick pass over the middle, throwing it to the tight end, Jeremy Mosley with the catch. Gain of 8.
This looks like Miller's playing, tossing it to his kids in the backyard. There's no one in the area for Vancouver to even challenge these routes.
Vancouver Legion defense, number 3 in the league with rushing defense, but dead last in the passing defense, and that's could be haunting them tonight. Jared McChesney fighting hard and getting the first down. He only needed to get 2. Broke about 14 tackles to get there, Matt.
That's an MVP type run, Mike. Sometimes it's not the long runs; it's that those inches and yards that just continue a drive and just makes it all the more painful for the defense.
First down and 10 from the Vancouver 41. Play action. Miller wide open.
There you go.
Cantero, but well defended. Mark Lopez getting in on the pass defense and swatting that one away.
Is that Miller's first incompletion of the game?
It was.
Yeah, finally, you got to get up and challenge these receivers. Can't sit back in that shell and just wait for the catch and hope you can make a tackle. You need guys in their face, and that was a much better job by Vancouver. Let's see if they can play more like that on this series, because they're almost in Jackman field goal range.
Well, I think they might have been in Jackman field goal range when they started the drive at their own 49. It's possible. The guy's he's got an incredible leg. Josh Miller, 11 of 12, 130-plus yards, 92% completion percentage in this one, only missing the one pass, and a rare loss of a yard for McChesney. Yeah, that's right, Matt, 1 yard lost.
Here you go. No, Denver is in a 3rd and long. This is right where you want them. Their play-action passing game won't be enough to pick up the first down, so you're going to force them into a shotgun situation. And let's see if Vancouver presses. They're playing a little farther off, but we'll see.
Mike Coverson with the TFL on that last play. Josh Miller throwing it deep over the middle, and that one's picked off. The defense answers for the Legion and is able to do what they needed to do in order to prevent points on that drive. Major Key with the pick, getting it back for the Legion.
Key, boy, he's just reading Jones's eyes there, and then a beautiful block by the defender to get another 10 yards on the play. And again, that's Denver's weakness, 3rd and long. Vancouver finally forced a 3rd and long, and they got an interception for it. So now the offense has to say, okay, we got the pick. Now, I would agree with your school of thought, Mike. Let's throw this deep. We need some points.
Yep. See if you can get a big play after making a big play on defense. We're going to go with Robert Redford. He's able to get a nice chunk up the middle. 2nd down and 6. Major Key with that interception. He had 5 during the regular season, none last week, but he did have 4 tackles, including 1 tackle for a loss, helping the Vancouver Legion narrowly beat the Fort Worth Toros 31-26, putting them into the semifinal game. Robert Redford running that one. 3rd down and 6. Matt, both of these offenses, they are top-tier offenses. Both of them able to do quite a bit of things throughout the regular season. Denver Nightwings number 1 in points per game, 31.5. And you can see, Vancouver's stats, passing offense, total offense, passing touchdowns are first in all those categories. And either Denver or Vancouver has led the league in scoring each of the last 3 seasons. Out route down to the bottom. Does he have enough yards to get there? No, he doesn't. I think the ball was just behind the line of scrimmage. Andy Hamilton with the catch, but it sets up a 4th down and 1. So no points off turnovers there, unless they want to go for it from their own 41. I think I would.
I would at least try to draw them off sides because, first half timeouts, who cares? Nope, not even going to try.
So the punt is away. Quintero standing back at the 24-yard line where he calls for the fair catch. And that is where the Nightwings will take over. The SFL's 3rd season of minor league action is underway, and you can watch it every week live here on the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL. The league is full of all the newest players who have gone from couch to field and are hoping to one day be on national TV, just like all the players here tonight. Want to get on the field? It's never too late. Visit simulationfl.net to join our Discord community, and you can create a player, start building your career today. Just like Jeremy Mosley, the tight end of the Denver Nightwings, who just fights forward and gets 8 yards on that catch.
Again, another thing to note, Mike, how many plus yards has Denver's receivers gotten after a catch? Breaking tackles, spin moves. It's just been 1 or 2 or 3, but it's been enough to make a big difference in their drives.
Second down and 2. McChesney takes the handoff, breaks through the line, and gets up to the 41. First down and more.
McChesney thought he was going to get stuck here. Kind of weaving his way in and out of traffic, breaks that tackle, lowers the shoulder, destroys another guy, and then it takes 2 guys to bring him down after that. So the thing with McChesney, he might not hit the 90-yard run, but boy, he's going to get you with some 10-yarders right in the mouth.
McChesney only 62 total yards. His long was 11 last week, Matt. Held in check by the Scorpions most of the game. That pass, beautiful pass to Giacomo Jones. Another first down, 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Getting into Vancouver territory, 1st and 10 from the Vancouver 43.
There you go. I thought, maybe you shouldn't go shotgun that early in the drive, first down, but I don't know, Denver, besides that one pick when they were faced with that long situation, there's no pressure on Miller either with down and distance or in the pocket. He just seems to always make the right play.
Giacomo Jones, 7 seasons in the league, 6 have been with this franchise in a free play as the Legion jump offside. That penalty will likely be declined as McChesney's able to gain about 8. We will get the call from the ref. And they call Mike Coverson for jumping off sides.
That's one thing about the Vancouver defense, Mike. Their strength is in the secondary. 3 corners and 3 safeties, but only 3 highly paid defensive front players and then 2 linebackers. So if you're going to run at this team, that's probably the way to, running up the middle is the way to go.
Absolutely, Matt. 29 combined interceptions by this defense. 19 total sacks. So a lot more picks and sacks. Look at McChesney breaking through multiple defenders, and he's off to the end zone. Touchdown, McChesney. That is how you get your 100th career touchdown, Jared McChesney, putting it up on the board.
Mike, could you do it any better than that for his style of running? People just imploding. Sent to the shallow realm. Watch this. Down goes one guy. Down goes they just all fall over, and then enough speed. And nope, you're not going to tackle me either. Not until I'm way into the end zone. And the route is on. I hate to say it.
Absolutely, Matt. But my goodness, Jared McChesney with his 100th career touchdown. He joins BDG Hollywood and Colin Hart with 100 plus. Robert Redford is right behind him. He's got 96 career rushing touchdowns right now. It'd be great for him if he could get those 4 tonight and tie that one up at 100 as well. But that run, Matt, what a run. You see sometimes these record-setting plays, where it's like the 10,000th yard that the quarterback has thrown, or what have you. And sometimes it's not really that big play. It's not a memorable play. It just happens to be the play that puts it past the milestone. But what a better run for McChesney at that 100th. My goodness.
Nasty. I had this.
That was nasty. Yeah, there's no other way to describe it. That was a nasty run. 28-3 the score now here in Denver. And yes, Matt, the route does appear to be on. Dean Maddox getting that one back out to the 24. Halftime adjustments seem to be a thing, though, Matt. We've seen sometimes where a team seems to have the game in hand at the half, and then coming out after halftime, they don't score again. So,
the Vancouver offense needs a defibrillator right now.
Absolutely. They just need to put up some points. They've only had 1 scoring drive. It was their first drive, and they only managed 3. So let's see what they can do on this one. Robert Redford getting involved in the receiving game. Gained 6 on that one to set up a 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, I'd love to have seen that play once, but that kind of gain about a couple series ago. 2nd and 4, again, a great place to be for your offense. Maybe a little off tackle run here. Now they got three on the bottom there. I'd be looking at the bottom. Lots of field.
Trips formation to the bottom, and they hand it off to Redford. He hesitated at the line and got enveloped by the Denver defense. Wrapped up and brought down by Echo Love. That's up a 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, and Love, again, They look kind of the same, Mike. They also only have 2 highly paid linemen in a lot of corners, but Denver's defense has been getting it done so far.
Redford on the 3rd down and
Oh my
4 run.
gosh.
He is not going to get there. Firing in like a missile is Adam Wiseman, tackling him for a loss. 4th down and 5 now from their own 29. They're going to have to punt this one away.
Yeah, Houston, we got a problem, or Vancouver, we got a problem, because he came through like a wrecking ball and just blew up Redford before he could do anything. And oh boy, back to Denver. Here we go. Denver scored a touchdown on every drive except one, correct? The pick.
Yes. Yep. And with 3.5 to go in the second quarter.
Oh my gosh.
Look at the return first. Riley Quintero, he's been returning all sorts of nice ones so far throughout the playoffs. Gets that one back up to the 49, right where they started on the last drive, Matt, their own 49-yard line. 3 minutes, 34 seconds to go until the half. All 3 timeouts. Plenty of time to just run a standard offense.
Yep.
And they could get it down into the end zone once again.
McChesney off oxygen, ready to go again.
2 backs in the backfield. Miller under center. He hands the ball off to McChesney. And the defensive line says no. Achilles Pampatonis wrapping him up and just pushing him down into the ground. But look at that. Already over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, if your running back is tracking 200, your chances of victory are quite high.
Absolutely. 2nd and 10 now. Miller in the gun.
See if they can get some pressure on him this time.
No pressure. Steps up
there
and
he goes.
sacked. Yeah, right as I say no pressure. The
Achilles
defense says, oh yeah, watch.
Yeah, I saw him coming. The big man got past the tackle and turned on the, watch this, Mike, turning on the jets once he got around the corner with that swim move. And, Miller just didn't step up quite enough in the pocket. Now, again, this is where the Vancouver defense wants the Denver offense. 3rd and 15. If I'm Denver, I'm just playing it safe. I'm not throwing anything.
I would
crazy.
too. Looks like they're going to throw it. Achilles Pampatonis with the sack. He had 3 in the regular season, 1 last week. Miller going deep down the middle, tipped and picked off once again. Going back the other way, Dean Maddox.
Yeah, I would have been, again, with this kind of lead, to me, there's no urgency to try to force anything in there. And actually, that wasn't the worst pass in the world, but Vancouver now has 2 turnovers, but they're still down 28-3. This is where you got to figure out a way to get your receivers involved, take the top off this defense, because if you don't get some big plays in a hurry, 28-10 looks a heck better than 28-3.
Absolutely, Matt. We mentioned Vancouver has 2 1,000-yard receivers in Kendra Hall and Brett Killian. So far, Brett Killian with no receptions. Pepper steps up, throws deep down the middle, and now he has his target. Kendra Hall all the way down to the 26-yard line, and just like that, Vancouver's back in business.
What I say, Mike, you had to take the top off the defense. It wasn't easy. Pepper had to step up into a bit of traffic, but delivers a great ball, and Hall gets up and makes a nice snag, and now Vancouver's in business. If I'm them, I'm moving. I know it's not a 2-minute situation, but I just want to keep this good momentum going.
Absolutely. Gerald Smith with us on stats, pointing out only 12 yards for Vancouver in their last 3 possessions, and they just got a huge chunk on that one, 38 yards on that last throw. Pepper to the left side, caught and falling out of bounds. Brett Killian with his first reception of the ball game, and it'll set up a 1st down and 10 inside the red zone. We're going to take a break for the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back to see if Vancouver can get a touchdown on the board. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back. First down and 10 from the Denver 13-yard line. Vancouver trying to get some points on the board before the half, getting it into Redford's hands. He's going to lose 2 yards on the play, back to the 15-yard line, second down and 12.
Mr. Rochester was read that like a book, Mike. You love to see it when your DE reads the screen and comes crashing down. And Vancouver keeps getting into these long situations. We got second and 12. Now it's almost second and goal.
Redford with the handoff, wrapped up at the line and brought down again. Third down and 12.
I thought Echo Love might have been hurt there for a second.
Yeah, no, me as well. He ended up popping up. 105 tackles on the season for Echo Love. He led the team, Matt, and it was also a career high. 11 tackles for a loss, 6 pass deflections, also had 2 picks. It's quite a season performance by an outside linebacker. On third down and 12, going towards the end zone, and he's got 6 on the board. Kendra Hall with the reception, and she puts up the touchdown.
The one time Denver doesn't play press man, and Hall just, oh my gosh, just mosses for number 24.
Yeah.
Nick
Wow.
Kindler.
Yeah, Nick Kindler. Kindler had a couple of swats, and broke up those previous third downs. Vancouver had been 0 for 5, converting their first third down of the ball game and doing it by putting a touchdown on the board, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
No.
1 minute before the half, Vancouver will get the ball back to start the second half, and the extra point is blocked.
Well, again, kicking game's an adventure with Vancouver, and that's not what you want to see. We're down 28 to now 9.
Well, we almost saw that first field goal attempt get blocked, Matt, and this time Denver able to get the push through and get the blocks. So 28 to 9 is the score.
Surprise onside? I know you
I'd
love.
love to see it, but it's not going to happen. Kick taken back at the 15-yard line and returned by Quintero up to the 30. So 55 seconds to go. 70 yards to get to the end zone. Only need about 30 yards to get in Jackman range. Maybe a tiny bit more, but not a lot.
Well, I guess I brought this up. Vancouver's kicker does not have the strongest leg, and Denver, instead of getting it from the 20-yard line, is getting it from the 30-yard line. At 10 yards makes a big difference. Gift of 10 yards is just makes it so much easier for the offense.
Mills takes the handoff on first down, and it looks like Denver might be playing things conservatively. 2-yard run by the fullback as they allow the clock to continue to run. Coming up on the SFL halftime report, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green will break down the first half between the Legion and the Nightwings. They'll sit down with Vancouver quarterback Tom Pepper and go over the keys to victory for the second half. It's all coming up on the SFL's halftime report.
Wouldn't want to be Pepper. He's got some splaining to do.
McChesney running off tackle to the left, wrapped up and brought down. They'll go into the hurry up. Good tackle by Mark Lopez there, third down and 5.
You got a pass out of this with 10 seconds to go. Interesting.
Yeah, we're going to hand that off to McChesney again, see if he can break one away. Gets the first down. 4 seconds, 3. They will indeed call that timeout with 3 seconds to go at their own 42-yard line. A little far for a Hail Mary, Matt. And
this is the risk, Mike. If they don't run a Hail Mary and it gets picked, it could be taken back to the house. So
interesting to see if you're right on that one. Wouldn't that just flip the whole script?
I just run McChesney, just take your lead into the half and be happy with it. Don't take a high-risk play where you got all these corners and safeties lurking for the Legion. And, they've already done it twice, 3 times.
There's major key on the screen right there. See if the defensive lineman can get to Miller before he can get the pass away. Miller takes the snap, pump fakes, gets the pass away, heading down the sideline, and that one is picked off. Can Mark Lopez bring it back the other way? No. And that is how the first half of action will come to a close. So started off looking like it was all Denver, but Vancouver getting back into it, getting that touchdown on the board. But the extra point was blocked. So 28-9, your score at the half. We're going to take a short break, and then the SFL halftime report coming up right after these messages. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to the SFL Halftime Report with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine. And Mike, Denver turns the ball over 3 times in the first half, and they lead by 19 points, 28-9. That was dominance, but a glimmer of hope for Vancouver there late in the second quarter.
Yeah, Cam, totally dominating first half from Denver. Yeah, aside from the 3 interceptions from Miller in this first half, one late basically because of the Hail Mary attempt, but the only time that Vancouver has stopped Denver, is on the 3 interceptions that they've had in the first half.
Yeah, all on third and longs, too. That has been the advantage for Vancouver. And honestly, out of all the things we saw in the first half, I think the most impressive thing is Denver's run defense. They are dominating up front, and Redford's had nowhere to go. He has 7 yards on 9 carries, and that's been pretty surprising, honestly, Mike. I mean, this Redford averages 5.9 yards a carry. He's a very good back, and Denver has made him look very pedestrian, very shocking.
Yeah, Cam, it was talk, around SFL circles a few weeks ago about who was the MVP of the league. Was it McChesney or Redford? And I think right now Denver and McChesney are answering that question in this first half.
Now, before the game, earlier today, we actually visited with Tom Pepper, the quarterback of the Vancouver Legion, and what I can only remember is his first on-camera interview in his illustrious SFL career. And we talked about a variety of things, chasing Hall of Fame, being in the league for so long, his aspirations as a professional football player as well, and many more topics. Let's hear what Tom had to say. With us today on the SFL Halftime Report, we have the quarterback of the Vancouver Legion, Tom Pepper. Tom, great to have you here.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, Tom, it's good to have you on with us, man. Good to see you. Hey, man, as we're here, can you tell us a little bit, about your SFL journey? I know you've been in the league 8 seasons. Talk to us a little bit about, how your SFL journey got started.
So now it's been 8 seasons for me, so 4 years. I remember stumbling upon it when I was 16 years old, and I'm 21 next month. So I've been here a while, and I played 7 seasons in Vancouver. I went to Indianapolis for a year, and I've just absolutely loved the SFL. I mean, it's I told Cam a whole story about it before. I started playing football in real life because of the SFL. So I actually wasn't that big of a football guy before the SFL, and I stumbled across it on the internet and thought it looked interesting, got into it, and just fell in love with it, fell in love with the sport, and so here we are.
So, Tom, what ended up happening with that? I know that COVID kind of screwed up some plans, particularly in Canada. I know that the CFL has been having some troubles getting back to play there, but you were on track for something big in pro football in Canada. So what ended up happening all this last year with you and that potential career?
So I played a season. I'm a punter. So I played a season in the Ontario Football Conference. I don't know if any Canadians watching this know that. And then I was at the University of Toronto. I'm at Ryerson now, but at the University of Toronto, I was offered a tryout, and I was kind of speaking to them. I went to a tryout, one of their practices, and that kind of was developing, and then COVID kind of happened. I transferred universities, and then I was talking to another team in the Canadian Junior Football League, but COVID's obviously kiboshed that for now. But I mean, once things start opening up again, that's still my plan. I still want to go and keep playing this sport because I love it.
And Tom, as we are, talking right now, we're a few hours away from, game time, and let's talk about a little bit about this matchup and with Denver you have coming up. Speak a little bit about the emotions of game day. I know how it is as a player. You really, I really get into it, and your emotions kind of get, pretty strong on a game day and or during the game. Speak to you about your emotions leading up to and are doing the game, in particular, from the quarterback position.
Yeah, I mean, we're really looking forward to it. I mean, I love, one of the reasons I've stayed around in Vancouver for so long is the locker room. I mean, we've got some great players there. We have an awesome locker room in there. We all hype each other up all day before games. We're all in there chatting it up and getting ready. And obviously today's a big one. Denver is going to be a tough animal to take down. I mean, they're a great team. I mean, they've only lost one game this season, so this is going to be tough. But we have the mindset. We know we can accomplish this. We're here for a reason. We're in the semifinals for a reason, and we think we're capable of going all the way this year. And we have an outstanding team to do this, and we're just hyped up to get out on the field and try to crush these guys.
Ashley Rose Finch is on the team with you. You and her have been in a relationship for some time now. What's it like getting to to play with someone you love and, get to share in that experience? And what does she think about it all? And does she have a jersey like you? Or maybe she has your jersey. Who knows?
She does. She has her own jersey. We got them a while ago, like right when they got released. But it's been awesome playing together on the same team. We played on Indianapolis for a little while together too. For that season I was there, she was there before me, and I went over to join her, and then I was like, hey, I'm going back to Vancouver. So she came back over with me. She spent a year in Oklahoma City by herself. But it's just been awesome. Every season we've played together is a lot more fun to just kind of watch game days together, and especially when we're on either side of the ball. So it's entertaining the whole time. I'm on offense, she's on defense. And now we're both kind of having good seasons here, so it's even more entertaining. I know I had a bit of a rough start to my career. I took a lot of sacks, but now we're starting to make plays. We're getting better, and it's just exciting to watch, especially being with her.
Yeah, Tom, as you mentioned, 8 seasons in the league, man, and here Vancouver, here they are, in the semifinals for the 3rd time in franchise history. What would it feel like, to get that extra step and finally bring home the championship?
Oh, it would be amazing. I mean, that's what I'm going for at this point. I mean, 4 years in the league now. I've been here for a long time, and that's just my ultimate goal. I just need. I say it every time, and I see. I think there's only a few of us now from my rookie class, season 9, that are still hanging around, that are still active players in the league. And I'm not retiring until I get a championship ring. So that's what I keep saying, and I need to get that championship ring. So the sooner I can get it, the better. But I mean, I still don't think retirement will come if it does come this soon. But to finally get one and maybe get a few in the next couple seasons would be amazing. That's the goal.
Yeah, Tom, you just in the last game, you passed Joseph Redfeather for 8th all time in passing yards. Now you're chasing A.J. Caswell, but there are quarterbacks like Caswell, who have championships that are above you. Matt Wilson, Rocco Marconi, some of these championship-winning quarterbacks. What would it mean to? I mean, you're on trajectory for a Hall of Fame career here. What would that mean? You get to play punter in real life, but this is still the only place you get to be quarterback. So what has it just been like in your career? Building a Hall of Fame career like this.
It's been incredible, actually. I mean, especially starting off again. I mentioned I had a pretty rocky start to my career. Didn't have the best stats. Didn't have the best seasons. And just really, time's almost flown by. And I now that it's been 8 seasons, going into 9 next season, it's unreal. And I mean, it's kind of crept up that I'm 8th in passing yards now. Like I didn't really pay that much attention to it, and then I checked the all-time stats, and I mean, it's been mentioned in some games, and I'm like, wow, like I have been here quite a while, I guess. And I mean, to get a championship just with the other guys you mentioned there would really solidify me telling myself that I've had a successful career. But I don't think I've had a successful career unless I bring Vancouver a championship. So that's what it's got to be to seal it for me.
Tom, just touching more on a little bit on Denver. Jeremy Vega came from Vancouver. He was a part of the team over there. Got his own squad. Ended up purchasing San Antonio. But I was actually going through the archives of the locker room a couple of days ago in preparation for the game, and there was a post that he made in June 2018 talking about how much he loves Vancouver and he loves y'all and all that stuff. And obviously you were there for that when he was there. Does that make this semifinal any more special? Just just to play somebody that what used to be a part of that organization like that.
It definitely does. I mean, Jeremy's a great guy. I mean, we've had quite a few funny chats over the years, even after he's left Vancouver. And I always love talking with him. And he's built a great team there in Denver. He's an awesome guy. He'll always be a Legion. And yeah, it's going to be fun going against him here in such a big matchup. And I think this is, I don't know. It'll be like a friendly rivalry. I really hope we take him down, but I love Jeremy, so let's hope it's a good game.
Well, good luck to you and Ashley and the rest of the Vancouver Legion today against Denver. We'll see. Mike and I will be analyzing how you're doing here at the half. So hopefully hopefully it's a close competitive game, or for your sake, hopefully you guys have taken the lead. But either way, best of luck to you today, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, thanks, Tom.
You know, Tom's a great guy, Mike, and it's funny all season long. You know, we're trying to educate our TV audience on who all these great people are, and the sad reality is that we've got about 15 down, 585 to go. I mean, it's just like, I mean, there's just so many people out there and so many good pieces to the puzzle, and I think Vancouver's going to need Tom Pepper in the second half more than anybody else, because he put a couple of impressive throws together in that first half. Really showed some flashes.
Yeah, Cam. Yeah, real quick, man. Every interview that we do, and when we get to meet new, faces and personalities around this league, I'm always impressed with these guys and love meeting each and every one of them. But yeah, Vancouver, they're going to need to go downfield more and have Tom, do the things that he's done all season long. I mean, he leads the league in yardage, passing as well as touchdowns. We're going to need to see more of that in the second half. Going to Kendra Hall, got to get Brett Killian involved. You would like to see more out of Redford, but their bread and butter is the long pass and getting these receivers in open field and taking the top off the defense. So we're going to see what they're going to do. They get the ball first in the second half, and it's going to be a huge drive, the first possession of the second half.
Vancouver's won the game past 15 yards. 15-yard plays on offense and defense. Vancouver's got the check mark. Everything else, other than that, it's been all Denver. And we'll see what Vancouver can do in the second half. Denver 28, Vancouver 9. That is your halftime score. We'll be back to Richard L. Snowden Memorial Stadium with Mike and Matt after this. This has been the SFL Halftime Report, and you're watching the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports.
And welcome back to Denver, Colorado for the start of the second half. I am Mike Daggs. I'm joined in the booth by the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. Gerald Smith with us on stats. Cameron Irvine, our producer. Kramer Jackman, the kicker, and he's got the ball in the air. On its way back to Dean Maddox, taking it out of the end zone and returning it up to the 22-yard line. That's where Vancouver will get things going here to start the second half on this beautiful Saturday night here in Denver. Matt, the first half went mostly Denver's way. Vancouver starting to get back into it in the second half, but we talked about second half or halftime adjustments. Vancouver put up 28 points in the second half last week. If they could repeat that this week, they could, the second quarter, they could potentially retake that lead.
Oh, not a good start.
Pass is incomplete on first down, trying to hit Dan Daly. Brings up a second down and 10.
Daly was open, but there was a bunch of Nightwings in the area, and just couldn't quite bring it in. He was reaching back a little bit, so not the easiest catch, but man, you want hits you in the hands, especially in the playoffs. It's got to meet that catch.
A great interview with quarterback Tom Pepper at the halftime report. Tom Pepper leading the league in passing yards, has a free play here, gets this one out to Robert Redford. Redford will be tackled behind the line of scrimmage, but that will set up a second down and 5 after this penalty here from the ref.
Neutral zone infraction, number 56. Defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
And it will indeed be a second down and 5.
Phew.
Turn offsides on the defensive line.
If you're a Vancouver fan, I think I was going screen no matter what, and that would have been another disastrous play setting them back. Now they can regroup and just, get a little heavy set and get a little off tackle here, see if you can get Redford some space to run.
Redford does indeed have space to
go.
run on this one, gets the first down, rushing it up to the 36-yard line. Robert Redford trying to get some more yards on the board. Matt, he only had 7 yards in the entire first half.
Yeah, you got a bunch of old linemen. You gotta, just gotta line them all up and say, our offensive line could beat your defensive line, and we got the back. But Redford gets a little bit of a hole and gets some kind of any kind of opening. He can take it to the house. He's very dynamic, but he needs the blocking first.
Offset eye in the backfield, Pepper under center. Pepper handing it off to Redford with blockers out in front. Oh, but the defense swarms. Gets him tackled after only a gain of 1. That looked like it was setting up nice, Matt.
Yeah, kind of back inside for some reason, and not the best of decisions there. 2nd and 9. Again, that's been the difference. Vancouver 2nd and 9. Denver's been 2nd and 2 a lot of the times. Oh boy, back to the well maybe?
And Redford taking yet another handoff. Trying to spin his way past the defender. Gets tackled. It'll set up a 3rd down and 7. In the first half, Matt, Vancouver went 1 for 6 on 3rd down. The only conversion that they made was the touchdown reception by Kendra Hall.
They're going to need something big here. 3rd and long. Short out
Vancouver was great on 3rd down throughout the regular season, converting 60% of them. Number 2 in the league. Can they do it here? And no, the pass is incomplete. Tried to get the quick slant to Kendra Hall, and she bobbled the ball, fell incomplete.
That's actually a well-designed play. It would have worked. Fortunately, Hall couldn't hand on to the ball, and now we got a situation where you had a chance to put it, some points on the board, and now you're going to kick it back to this, efficient Denver offense, especially when haven't had a 3rd and long situation.
Absolutely. Punt is away. The Florida Storm, Matt, they won earlier today against Baltimore, winning that game 27-13. They are in the championship. On Sunday, May 9th, you can spend a little bit of your Mother's Day with us watching great football and honoring the great women in our lives as the 16th SFL championship game kicks off at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can watch the game on Next Level Sports, For the Fans, or the FTF Twitch channel. You won't want to miss the show-stopping end to the SFL 16th season. For more information on broadcast pairings and how you can give your mom a shout-out on national television, visit Simulationfl.net. So Denver getting things started here for themselves in half number 2 with an out route. We've seen that play called a few times, Matt, and it has worked every single time.
Yeah, just stunt by the D-line. Can't get to Miller, and then Jones just makes sure his feet are in bounds, gets 8 or 9, and now that's what's been... When Denver, was moving, that's what they would do. First down play action, second down McChesney.
McChesney and Mills in the backfield. Miller under center. Second down and 1. Ball's handed off to McChesney. He gets the first down and more. Surges forward to the 43-yard line. McChesney with 125 yards on the day and 3 rushing touchdowns compared to Robert Redford's 19, Matt.
To be fair with Redford, though, he hasn't been put in an opportunity where he's at a hole like that. I mean, you see that blocking? A lot of Vancouver's runs have been delays or just he just hasn't had an opening. And so I'd love to see Redford stats if he had a hole like that. How many yards could he get?
4 receivers on the field now on first down and 10. Miller back up to the top, and that time the defense adjusted, and that's what they're going to need to do. Ashley Rose Finch rushing forward and almost picked that one off. If she had been able to take that match, probably would have gone for 6.
Yeah. If you can disrupt that play, Denver's offense is going to be in a much rougher situation.
Second down and 10 now for the Nightwings. Miller, quick pass over the middle and right to another Vancouver defender, Kyler Murray, getting his hands on that one, swatting it down into the turf. Back-to-back plays, Matt, where Miller almost threw yet another interception, and now a third down and long.
These haven't worked out so well for Denver. This is where Vancouver's got their turnovers. So I'm Denver, being very careful here, even if I run an out route and I got a punt. Well, no out route here, I think.
Miller in the gun. He takes the snap down the right sideline and almost picked off. 3 passes, 3 near interceptions, and a fourth down. Lily Long on to punt for the Denver Nightwings. Matt, in their first 3 possessions, it was touchdown, 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 and then they threw a pick. They were able to recover on their next possession, 5 plays, 74 yards, 34-yard rushing touchdown. But then they got picked again and picked again. This time, they'll have to punt. So the Vancouver Legion defense, as of late, has been doing what they need to do. It was scoring in buckets against them to start the game, but they've adjusted, and now it's up to the offense to get some more points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, if you can disrupt, again, that first down play by Denver, if it gets, 3 or less, you set yourself up for success. And Vancouver did that, forced Denver into a third and long, and Vancouver's got the defense for that shotgun set. It just hasn't worked.
Tom Pepper had 290 yards and 4 touchdowns last week against Fort Worth. Only 1 touchdown so far tonight. See if he can get more on the board. Pepper to throw, gets it in the hands of Redford, breaks through the first tackler, tries to break through the second, ends up getting wrapped up and brought down on the play by Marlon Marshall, the defensive end. It's going to be a loss of 2.
We've seen that a lot, Mike. Vancouver giving ground, and that's what you're just making it that much harder on yourselves. And now this doesn't look like a passing situation either. Are they going to screen again? That might not be so smart.
Pepper will indeed screen that one again to Redford, and Redford actually stepping out of bounds right back at the line of scrimmage. Sets up yet another third down and 12 situation.
Denver's got that play scouted very well. As well as that 5 wide play. If they're going to run it here, let's see if we see press man coverage again. Nope, they're playing a little off. So
a little off, yeah. 4 wide receivers and a running back in the backfield. Pepper will throws a quick pass out to Kendra Hall, but can't get first down yardage. A nice gain, but tackled at the 31, and Vancouver will have to punt this one away.
And if you're 3 yards closer, it sounds silly, Mike, but if you're in a 3rd and 7, first down, but Vancouver hasn't had much success nearly on first down as Denver has.
Punt is away. You can visit the all-new SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player to join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it. There's links to apparel, helmets, and a comprehensive history of the SFL and its over 1,500 games. It's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. Tons of information on the SFL website, Matt. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. SFL webmaster Liam Crowder doing a great job with the new site, keeping everybody informed with all the information you could ever want to know about the SFL. Denver getting their next drive started with a Jared McChesney run. That one good for a gain of 3.
Good combo tackle there by Vancouver, limiting the damage. Now, if Denver goes play action again, see if Vancouver can catch it this time, run the right set, cover those flats.
Offside eye in the backfield. Denver will pass, gets the ball in McChesney's hand through the receiving game, and he's able to get all the way to the Vancouver 39-yard line, giving Josh Miller 187 yards now through the air.
And they're showing Vancouver, this is how you run they haven't run that screen all game, I don't think. Surprised Vancouver. There's no white shirts in the area until about the 38 or 41-yard line. McChesney getting to the 39, and now it's almost in Jackman range.
First down and 10 from the 39. McChesney and Mills in the backfield once again. McChesney takes the handoff, and the defense reads that one well. Mike Coverson with the tackle for a loss.
Here we go. Denver lost a yard. Now, what's Denver going to pull out of their bag on 2nd and 11? They got to go back to McChesney, try to get it, 3rd and 6, more what they're used to, or they're going to go to the air. Might be the ground.
It looks like it could be another run. Miller hands it off to Mills this time. Mills fighting forward, Matt. Gets 6 on the play, sets up a 3rd and 5.
Right now they are in Jackman range. So do they play it conservative? I just give it to McChesney here. If he gets the first down, great. If he doesn't, you kick the field goal. You're up 31-9. No need to take a big risk. Well, that's why I don't coach.
Jackman 32 of 32 on the regular season. We'll see if he even needs to come out after this play. Miller's going to fire it over the middle. No Jackman needed yet because we have a first down up to the 23-yard line. Pass was hauled in by backup wide receiver Jared Battle.
McChesney making the smart play there. Finds just a guy open, doesn't try to go deep, gets the first down. Clock keeps ticking away, and now Denver can go back to their normal offense.
Yeah, another efficient pass by Josh Miller. McChesney takes the handoff on this one. Able to run forward for 5 yards before he's even touched. Wrapped up by a trio of defenders. 2nd down and 5 inside the red zone.
Yeah, now the sands of the hourglass are running through. Less time remaining. It's only the 3rd quarter, Mike, but feels like the way this offense is moving, it's not a lot of time left. Need a pick 6 would be great.
Yeah, the defense is going to need to step up again for the Legion.
Well,
He's not going to be on that play as he gets all the way down to the 1. Giacomo Jones, we haven't called his name in a little while, but a big play there as he's able to gain 17 yards and set up a first down and goal from the 1, Matt, and it's almost impossible to stop the Denver Nightwings when they only have a yard to go.
Yeah, Major Key missed the ball there. He put his hand up, needed to jump a little bit more, and now I think it should be McChesney time. Or Major Key, or Ari Mills maybe, who knows.
McChesney with the handoff, the defense with the tackle for a loss. Actually, they'll spot him right back at the 1. 2nd down and goal. Looked like he may have lost a half a yard there at least.
Tried to go a little more off tackle, but Yeah, it's a little bit harder play to run this close to the line. Just run a trap, and I think we're just going to see a trap here on round 2. Looks like he did lose a half yard, Mike.
2nd and goal. McChesney with the handoff. The defense can't stop him this time. Touchdown, Nightwings.
Looks
That's
like
4 touchdowns now for Jared McChesney on the day, Matt. Not only hitting his 100th, but now passing it.
Look, I thought they had him in the backfield, Mike. Look at his tacklers, and he just drives. I don't know where that ball is, but I think it's a touchdown. Does Andy Hamilton risk a challenge? Nope.
No, it doesn't look like it. Is Jackman is out for the extra point try. No flag thrown yet, and it usually would have been thrown by now. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and through. 35-9. The score now here in Denver. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. You can visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net, where you can find replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more that help each team stand out from their opponents. Get the gear that the fans wear with Sector 6 and the SFL. Kick taken about 6 yards deep in the end zone, and Maddox will kneel that one down, bringing it out to the 20-yard line. And the Legion offense, Matt, they need to get things going here. Tom Pepper, throughout the course of the regular season, he was top 10 in completions, attempts, yards. Actually was number 1 in yards, top 10 in completion percentage, number 1 in touchdowns. Nearly made the top 10 with the fewest picks, but just outside of it. Had the 4th best quarterback rating. So it's really up to Pepper to get things here, and nearly throws a pick right on that play in and out of the hands of the defense. Josh Vasquez nearly getting a pick.
Man, should have had a pick. Vasquez is playing his zone and at least he batted it down, because if Pepper had thrown it a little bit, that would have been hard to throw it any deeper. But if he could have hit Killian, it would have been a touchdown, but not so. That's what Vancouver needs. They need the big play. And before I said they needed to kind of maybe tone that down a little bit. Now they need it. Several.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 wide receivers down to the bottom of the formation. Pepper audibling at the line. Will throw a short drop, gets it out to Robert Redford. Redford spins past 1 tackler and gains 5 yards on the play. Adam Wiseman with the tackle.
Play, but, Denver's had that contained pretty much the whole night.
Third down and 5. 3 receiver set. High snap. Pepper is able to haul it in. Out route down to the bottom. Gets the first down yardage.
Well, that
Brett
ball,
Killian with the catch. Great catch by Killian. Only his 2nd of the ball game. Gains about 6 on the play.
but they didn't need 10, right? That play doesn't work if you're at 10 or you're in a negative situation. Again, that's
right.
Vancouver's problem. Their first down, I bet their first down yards gained is considerably less than Denver's.
Pepper back to the air, going deep down the right sideline, has his target. What a great jumping catch. Kendra Hall getting it once again all the way down to the Denver 36. Oh, if she would have been able to catch that in stride, Matt.
Yeah, I thought that was a touchdown. Hall is wide open and just had to jump, unfortunately, for the ball. If we threw it a little deeper, maybe he would have liked to get excited, but they need another play just like that right here.
Pepper changing the play at the line once again. Kendra Hall, the leading receiver for the Vancouver Legion, just hitting the 100-yard mark and has the only touchdown of the day for Vancouver. Robert Redford trying to get a touchdown himself, but loses a yard on that play. 2nd down and 11.
There's that kind of delayed handoff, though, Mike. Drives me insane. You got him back like Redford. I don't mind running off tackle, but man, just have him hit the hole as fast as he can. If there's any blocking, it's the track meet.
Final seconds of the third quarter ticking away. Pepper snaps it just in time, steps up into the pocket and throws and nearly picked off. Oh, that could have been devastating. Trying to hit Kendra Hall. She's been thrown to 10 times, Matt, and has only had 5 receptions. 1 was a drop that she had made. All the rest just incomplete. So that's it. 3 quarters in the books. 1 remains here in Denver, Colorado. Your score after 3 quarters of play: Denver 35, Vancouver 9. Can Vancouver climb back into this one? We will find out in the fourth quarter. You are watching the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports. We'll be back after this. And welcome back to Denver, Colorado for the start of the fourth quarter. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by Matt Wilson, the Hall of Fame quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs. Gerald Smith with us on stats. Tom Pepper deep down the middle on third down and 11, and it's incomplete. Hitting Josh Vasquez in the hands once again. 4th and 11 from the 37. Matt, it's well out of field goal range. Can they go for it here, or is it too soon?
They should. It's not too soon. It's the fourth quarter. Patrick better pin them on the goal line, or this is disastrous.
Punt is away. Let's see where it falls. It's going to drop at the 9 and kind of die out right there at the 6-yard line where it was first touched. A great job by the Vancouver special teams unit to pin Denver back deep, and hopefully they're able to take advantage of this starting field position for the Nightwings.
Yeah, good. You need to see someone run into the end zone for some reason, and good job by the Vancouver special teams. But now the defense needs to just they're going to run McChesney. Just put him on lock. Don't let him get it many yards. Harder, than to say than to do, but easier to say than to do.
Miller hands the ball off. Oh! Leveled right at the line. McChesney, he went nowhere on that one. He gained a yard, Matt, but I think it's a yard he would have wished he did not get. Kevin Brackett laying the lumber.
Kevin Brackett just using his whole body. That's what you have to do. You have to throw your whole body at McChesney. It's not like you can arm tackle this guy.
Miller under center on 2nd down and 9. Hands the ball off to McChesney and tackled for a loss. Josh Farnsey, 109 tackles throughout the regular season. Maddie gets a big tackle for a loss there. Sets up a 3rd down and 12.
That looked like the tallest guy on the team, but man, that was a big time effort tackling. Now Denver's going to run the ball again. Well, we will see.
10 tackles for a loss throughout the regular season, too, for Farnsey. He was playing in the backfield all season long. Miller throws it over the middle, gets some decent yardage to R.E. Mills, but only up to the 13-yard line. 4th down and 3. A great job by the Vancouver defense to force a 3-and-out, which was set up by the great punt.
Yeah, they only gained, 5-6 yards from the punt spot, so... And I think it's going to... Well, we'll see. Is it a short punting situation? I don't know.
So the punter standing in her own end zone, kicking it from the goal line. Maddox takes it at the 49, spins past the tackler, and the best starting field position of the day for Vancouver. They will be in Denver territory to start this drive at the 43-yard line.
See a deep corner route for a touchdown. That spiced things up a little bit.
First and 10 from the wings, 43 yards.
9 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the ballgame. 3 receivers, 2 running backs in the formation for Vancouver. Pepper, deep drop, pressure coming, steps up, throw deep down the middle, and incomplete. Trying to hit Kendra Hall again, that time in double coverage.
Denver on those passes has most of the time had a guy or two there just hitting the receiver as the ball is being caught, and it's just hasn't that Vancouver hasn't caught a break. Every time it's been broken up. So great coverage by Denver, and Vancouver just can't get a lucky break.
Pepper in the gun now. Blitz coming. Fires over the middle. Kendra Hall catches this one, sets up a 1st down and goal all the way down to the 6. Kendra Hall, 6 receptions and 135 yards now. Also a touchdown. Should have had that up there as well.
Thanks, Mike. The linebacker blitz. Mexico City ate me alive in our playoff game, but Vancouver picked it up well. At nice ball to Hall. They need to score quick here, though. I'd be moving.
3 wide receivers lined up to the right-hand side of the formation. Robert Redford in the backfield. Redford with the handoff, and another delayed handoff. That one will be a loss of 8.
As I told Ramos about the toss, that's when you just got to take out of your playbook. It's lost more yards than it's gained.
Yeah, that one was a costly loss. 1st down and goal from the 6. Now 2nd and goal from the 14.
That's been a difference in this game, Mike. Denver's playbook has been full of plays that usually get 6 or 7 yards. No real question marks for me.
Pepper looking, firing towards the top, complete and falling out of bounds, gaining only 4 of those yards back. Brett Killian getting his 3rd catch of the ball game. 3rd down and goal now from the 10. Clock stopped with 8:08 to go.
They need to just run a slant to the end zone here. Don't think there's... Oh, man. Here we go. Press man coverage. Someone's got to break free.
We'll see what happens. Pepper takes the snap. Quick throw over the middle. Caught. Andy Hamilton. Touchdown, Vancouver.
We knew Andy wouldn't be silent for the whole game now, didn't we?
Absolutely.
It's a great pass. Pepper under pressure. We didn't get to see the throw by him, but it was just a nice little adjusted his arm motion there. Got it to Hamilton on the blitz, and now they got to go for 2.
3 receptions by Hamilton, one of which was the touchdown, and it looks like they're going to kick the extra point.
Not chasing points yet.
Extra point not blocked this time. It's up and through. Makes your score 35-16. So Vancouver still trailing by 19 at this point. It'll be back on the shoulders of the defense now, Matt, to not only just force another 3 and out, but possibly get another turnover. They've certainly been able to do it in this game. Josh Miller has 3 picks. Now, granted, one of those picks was on the Hail Mary final play of the first half, but still, 2 picks throughout the game so far, in regular course of play. Let's see if they can get another one here. There's also been a couple opportunities where there were some dropped interceptions, 3 back-to-back plays that all went into the hands of a Legion defender. Ashley Rose Finch had an opportunity to take one to the house. We'll see what the Legion defense can do here.
You got to stop Redford. Here he comes again.
McChesney takes that handoff and able to gain 9. Averaging 5.8 yards per carry, Matt, and that was his average throughout the regular season as well. Number 2 in the league behind only Robert Redford.
Oof, Ari Mills just destroyed a guy. Hit him a little bit low, knocked him over. And I was going to say that was looking like a good, good chance for Vancouver to stop McChesney, but Mills opened up the hole, so good on him.
Ball is handed off once again and just able to get past the first down marker. McChesney on the carry, getting tackled at the 41-yard line, just enough to move the chains.
Each first down is like almost 2 minutes off the clock. If Denver chooses to continue to run the ball, which why wouldn't you?
I formation now for the Nightwings. McChesney breaking through the tackler and all the way down to the 46-yard line. What a brutal run by McChesney. We've seen some great runs by him so far tonight.
That's what McChesney can do, Mike. You got a guy in the hole, Redford has to spin around, try to make a play. McChesney just lowers the shoulder. He's looking a little slow and still makes a big play. Looks like they're going to give him a rest, but they got to be careful.
First down and 10. 6.5 to go in the ball game. Defense looking to make a big play. Miller pump fakes, throws into triple coverage, and somehow threads that needle. What a pass. Hitting Jeremy Mosley. Haven't called his number in a while and gets called up on that play. Good for a first down to the 32-yard line.
I figured this is going to be great for Vancouver. Pocket collapsing. Defenders all around, but Miller makes a great pass, and now they're guaranteed 3 unless something crazy happens.
Clock continuing to roll here in the fourth quarter. Play action. Pass is complete once again. That one to R.E. Mills. First down and 10 from the 21-yard line. The SFL broadcast team is looking to add some new talent to our ranks of broadcasters. You can apply now on the SFL website, simulationfl.net/broadcasting, accepting applications to join in on the minor league, which is going to be in week 4 coming up. So if you'd like to apply, simulationfl.net/broadcasting, and you too can get in the booth. Miller on first down. They're still throwing, Matt.
We know everybody upstairs is happy with this.
Second down and 2 after a gain of 8.
They're just trying to put one final, drive together to
Seal
say
the deal.
It's over. We're punching our ticket to the championship.
McChesney tackled in the backfield for a loss. Achilles Papatonis, his second TFL of the ball game. That's up a third down and 5. But, Matt, even to your point, even if they have to kick a field goal here, it would make it a 24-point ball game.
Yeah, I don't.
Excuse me, it would make a 22-point ball game. But still.
Rolling the dice again. Is it another play action pass? Oh, yes, it is.
Indeed. And straight over the middle. Good for a first down. First and goal now from the 4. Mills getting involved once again.
Hashtag throw it to the fullback.
I don't think that's a trending hashtag, but we can try to make it one.
Thought you popularized that one.
That was weeks ago. Old news, man.
I guess so. To the tight end's dead, way dead. Then
No, of course not. No, it's still popular and relevant, and I mean, all that. That's Jeremy Mosley. He's been having quite a ball game. First and goal from the 4. Miller letting time tick away. McChesney running it right up the gut into the end zone. Another Denver touchdown. My goodness, Matt, that is Jared McChesney's 5th touchdown on the ball game.
he's trying to make sure he's the MVP.
I don't think there's a question at this point who the MVP of season 16 is. Like, even if Denver does continue to finish this one out the way that it looks like it's going to finish and makes it to the championship, and if they aren't able to beat Florida, still an MVP caliber season by Jared McChesney. I don't think anybody else could even have a vote over him. What a performance so far tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
Extra point is up, and it is good. Denver 42, Vancouver 16. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back to see what Vancouver can do. They are fighting for their lives here in this one. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports. And welcome back. Denver 42, Vancouver 16. Maddox taking this one 5 yards deep out of the end zone and gets back to the 20-yard line. So no extra yards on that return. He gets it right where he would have if he had taken a knee. Just under 4 minutes to go in this one, Matt. Is there a way for Vancouver to climb back into this one, or is it too late at this point?
Yeah.
Never say never. I don't know.
I don't know. I can't figure a way, but they got to score. First play, if they score here, we can talk.
Absolutely. Pepper getting this one out to Robert Redford, and it's been kind of the story of the day. Nothing has seemed to go right for the Legion. As Redford drops that one, sets up a 2nd down and 10.
Well, at least it saves time. Because I don't think that was going anywhere. Where is the deep Vancouver passing attack?
Pepper short drop, firing deep over the middle. This time hitting Andy Hamilton once again. So there's the deep play. Matt getting down to the 42-yard line of the Denver side.
Is he going to take that short drop again? That's dangerous.
Short drop was indeed utilized as Brett Killian gets another catch.
Better get your helmets on if they're running this.
Short gain of 7. Quick pass, one-handed grab. My goodness. Dan Daly. Hashtag throw it to the tight end right there, Matt.
Hashtag get him a bicycle helmet.
Short drop. Dan Daly back-to-back receptions. Gains 8 that time.
Well, they're moving. If this was the only drive they needed, it's a good offensive set. But
Another quick pass trying to hit Killian once again. That one falls incomplete. Sets up a 3rd down and 2. Was well defended by the Nightwings.
Killian almost killed on that play.
Yeah.
He's fine.
He's fine. He just kind of slid harmlessly to the turf. 3 minutes on the nose. Clock stopped here in the 4th quarter.
See if those linebackers blitz. Nope.
Pepper looking, firing down the left side, and that one is caught by Brett Killian, Matt. And with that reception, Brett Killian now has over 10,000 receiving yards in his career.
Yeah, that's a heck of a milestone. 5th all time. He's going to keep rising up the charts if he plays in this offense.
Absolutely. And, it's unfortunate that it looks like it's, the milestone's going to come in a loss and an opportunity to get to that championship game, but a very impressive career so far by Brett Killian. And like you said, Matt, that yardage total is just going to continue to climb, especially with a quarterback like Tom Pepper slinging the rock his direction. Pepper looking, firing towards the end zone, caught, touchdown, Vancouver.
Kendra Hall finally gets the touchdown.
Well, she got one earlier, Matt. This is touchdown number 2.
Seems like she's had so many deep balls, not quite getting to the end zone, but that time, a little short connection there. And, well, that's the first step. You got to score.
Absolutely.
How do they go for 2?
I'm not sure it would benefit them yet at this point. If they go for 2, it would make it an 18-point ball game. You would still need 3 possessions. So they do indeed line up for the extra point try. Extra point is up, and it is good. 42-23 the score now. So the over-under has been obliterated.
Yeah.
65 combined points in this one.
So here comes the next step of the comeback. Can you recover an onside kick?
If they can get this onside kick, make a game interesting, and goes right into the hands of the Nightwings, and he holds on after the hard hit. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Nightwings in Vancouver territory. They're set up at the 44-yard line. So Josh Miller, Matt, 22 of 29. He's got almost 270 yards of passing. Only 1 passing touchdown, 3 picks. Jared McChesney, though, 28 rushing attempts, 157 yards. And add on to that total right there, almost 160 yards now. Oh, there you go, 155 yards on 29 carries. 5 rushing touchdowns. Crazy.
Yeah, 5 rushing touchdowns. You look at those numbers, you're like, it's pretty good, but, Vancouver's just had trouble on offense. If they were a little more explosive, competitive, this game, it could be a different story, but offense just couldn't move the ball. Kept going backwards on 1st down. It just wasn't helping their cause.
As we approach the 2-minute warning, 2nd down and 9, they snap the ball. Mills takes that one up to the 41-yard line. And that is what will bring us to the 2-minute warning. So 3rd down and 7 on the other side of the 2-minute break. Our final stoppage of the ball game. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports. The conclusion after this. Stay with us. And welcome back to Denver, Colorado, Richard L. Snowden Memorial Stadium for the conclusion of this ball game. Denver with possession of the football out in front. 42-23. Miller, he gets sacked. Brought down back at the 48-yard line. And Denver's going to have to punt this one away. Backups are in for the Nightwings.
There's the old Wilson shuffle from a couple weeks ago, huh? Backups in, and that's probably why.
Yeah, Brandon Perna, one sacked on that play. So Lily Long will have to punt this one away. Matt, it looks like Denver Nightwings are going to come away with the victory in this one unless Vancouver can, absolutely turn it on here.
They're not dead yet, Mike.
Not completely out, but man, it would take a lot to come back in this one. We'll see what happens as this next drive gets started.
That would have been something.
Set up. It would have been great to set it up with a punt return for a touchdown, but
7 on the play. Ball is spotted at the 18-yard line.
first down and 10 from the 18-yard line.
All right, let's. They got to dial up Paul again down the middle of the field. It worked pretty well last time.
Tom Pepper, quick pass to Andy Hamilton over the middle.
Oh no! Get your crash helmets ready, boys. Here comes this play.
Another short drop, quick throw. That one swatted and nearly taken away. Matt, if Denver holds on in this one, they will be facing the Florida Storm in what will be a rematch from the Season 12 championship game. And the Florida Storm, they're going to have to defend quite a few key players here on this Denver Nightwings offense. Josh Miller, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. The wide receivers, Giacomo Jones, Bryce Battle, Riley Quintero, the rookie. I mean, Bryce Battle leading the team in touchdowns this season, and you can see Giacomo Jones has led the team in multiple seasons with touchdowns. It's going to be an offensive fireworks show, I think, to try to get them stopped. Andy Hamilton with that reception up to the 42-yard line. They'll go back into the hurry-up. But that should be a great game. The championship from Season 12, one of the greatest games in league history.
Oh.
And it looks like the rematch is going to be set up. Second down and 10. Pass was swatted down to the turf by Osiris Pelican.
I don't know what noise pelicans make, so I can't.
Yeah, no animal sounds from you, Matt.
Oh, if there's a wily bird, it's coming out. Do they count? They don't even fly.
Pelicans fly. Are you crazy? Of course pelicans fly. That one swatted down to the turf by a backup inside linebacker, Jonah Lemieux.
It's my age. I'm thinking penguins, not pelicans.
Oh, yeah, pelicans and penguins are not the same animal, Matt.
But P-E.
Yep, but definitely not the same animal. So crowd on their feet here. Excited to see their team out in front, willing their defense to get a stop here on third down and 10. Pepper short drop, fires. That one is picked off. Taken away at their own 40-yard line.
Kyler Murray.
Josh Vasquez still out there.
Oh, it's Josh Vasquez. He's saying, the backups are in, but I'm still
He'll say, like, send me back out there. I got one last thing to do. Gets the pick. The first interception that Tom Pepper will have thrown all ball game long, and now just a few more handoffs as Vancouver's got a couple of timeouts left.
Or knees.
And they will just indeed take a knee. Vancouver will burn their first time out. So in Season 12, Matt, the Denver Nightwings visited the Alaska Storm.
Yeah, see?
And,
that's the team name.
There you go. This time around, the Florida Storm should be heading to Denver. Championship game rematch. Matt, in that Season 12 game, there was over 900 total yards of offense. Crazy amount of yards put up. There was 5 total combined passing touchdowns, 4 total rushing touchdowns, scoring in every single quarter by both teams. The Nightwings put up a touchdown in quarters 1, 2, and 3. A couple of touchdowns in the fourth quarter. The Storm, they were able to put a touchdown on the board in every quarter, as well as 3 field goals. Final score of that game was Alaska Storm 37, Denver Nightwings 35. That would be the third victory for the Storm franchise in a row. Season 13, though, Nightwings were able to get back into the championship, and they won that one. And, I mentioned it on much earlier on in the game, but this is, Vancouver's third semifinal appearance in their 8-season history. And unfortunately for the Vancouver Legion, they've lost all 3 of those semifinal games. But each time that they made it to the semifinal, they can hang their hat on this. The team that they lost to was the eventual champion. Mexico City back in season 9, Atlanta back in season 14. So could that point towards Denver getting ready for a championship again? So Alaska's got 3 championships, Denver with just the one, but could they be adding on a second one here? It should be setting. It is setting up to be a fantastic game. Coming up on the SFL post game update, Cameron Irvine and Tim Hackett will analyze Vancouver and Denver. Mike St. Green, hand out game balls and preview next weekend's championship game, airing live Sunday, May 9th on Next Level Sports. And for the fans at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, it's all coming up on the SFL's post-game update. Pepper out route up to the top. Brett Killian getting the first down, stepping out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Yep, they're not giving up, but I don't think you could throw that many touchdown passes in 17 seconds.
Yeah, probably not. That would be quite a few.
Oh, wait, Mike Newtones is gigantic. Who is that big hunk of man on my screen?
The big hunk of man. And that pass over the middle is caught. 12 seconds left on the clock. This should be the final snap of the ball game, and nope, it won't be because Pepper snaps that one and spikes it into the turf. So one final snap to be had before Denver can be crowned the team heading back to the championship to take on the Florida Storm.
Pepper wanted one last Hail Mary.
Hail Mary set up here for the Legion. Pump fake, steps up, fires deep into the end zone, tipped and incomplete. And that will be how the game comes to a close. Congratulations to the Denver Nightwings as they are heading back to the championship game for the third time. They won one, they lost one. What will happen in this one? Matt, your final thoughts on this game tonight?
Just like I said, Denver had a big advantage on first down, and they used it all night long, especially in the first half. And Vancouver wasn't able to get their offense really going consistently, and that hurt them. They won. They won in the turnover game. Mike, I thought that's where they would lose the game possibly, but they didn't, and they couldn't establish the running game either. And Denver was able to do pretty much all of those things.
Absolutely, Matt. It was a dominant performance by Denver, as we've seen all season long. They've only lost one game back in Week 6, and you almost can chalk that up to a fluke at this point because they've just dominated every other game that we have seen them play, including this one. It was all Denver all day long. Josh Miller ending the day 22 of 29. He completed 76% of his passes. Almost 270 yards. He had a touchdown. Did throw 3 picks, one of them on a Hail Mary attempt. Giacomo Jones, almost 80 yards of receiving. Bryce Battle, 33. Riley Quintero, 23. Jeremy Mosley, hashtag throw it to the tight end. He had 51 yards. Jared McChesney, though, far and away the player of the game, the player of the season. 29 rushing attempts, almost 160 yards. 5 rushing touchdowns. He also added on some yards through the air, receiving the ball. Kramer Jackman, the loneliest kicker today, Matt. He got 0 attempts. I'm not sure if I remember a time when Kramer Jackman was not able to kick any field goals. Of course, he did have quite a few extra points to pop through. So, what do you think, Matt? Looking forward to this championship game. What are you expecting from Florida and Denver?
I don't know. It's going to be a close one. Mighty got to do his research on this offense and see if he can slow it down.
Absolutely, Matt. Looking forward to that one. It's been a great season calling games with you, as always. Thank you to Cameron Irvine for producing the game for us tonight and all season long, and everybody else that helps make the SFL productions what they are. For Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith, our commissioner and producer Cameron Irvine, I am Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us, everybody, and have a great night.
Is what it is.
Welcome back to the SFL post-game update with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine, and wow, what a terrific performance from the Denver Nightwings all day today, Mike, as they pick up the easy victory, 42-23 over Vancouver, and we've got a Season 12 rematch on our hands.
Yeah, Cam, I kept expecting that Vancouver comeback late in the fourth quarter, but it didn't seem to develop. But no, I'm just kidding.
Come on, Mike. That's an inside joke.
Yeah, dominating performance from Denver. Jared McChesney, 5 touchdowns. I mean, it started early in the first quarter, but actually the first possession, 43-yard touchdown. Then another 34-yard touchdown early in the second, and then he just basically nickel and dime these guys, to a great 5-touchdown, 155-yard performance.
And no matter how Vancouver's playing, wins or losses, Kendra Hall, always a superstar. She was tremendous again in this game. Big play after big play, got the touchdown in the second half, but it was not to be. So that sets up the 16th SFL Championship game next week on Next Level Sports for the fans. 12-2 Storm, 13-1 Nightwings, Florida's first championship appearance in Season 12 when they beat Denver, and Denver's first championship appearance since Season 13 when they beat Seattle. That Season 12 championship game, as Mike Dagg said, it was a blast, one of the best ever. And it's going to be exciting, Mike. What do you expect to see, or what are your expectations for Florida, Denver? Set the stage for us.
Yeah, Cam, this is going to be an excellent matchup. This is the one matchup that I've been looking forward to the entire playoffs. I felt like these two teams were the best teams coming in. They're 1-2 throughout the season, so it's going to be a great matchup. What am I looking for from Florida? I don't know if you remember the old no-name defense of Miami Dolphins in the NFL back in the 70s. This great defense of Florida is going to they're going to look to do the same that they've done these first 2 playoff games they played. They're going to look to slow Jared McChesney down, force Josh Miller to beat him through the air, and then that may play right into Florida's hands with that great secondary that they have. Ryan Davidson, Ryan Tobin. Ryan Tobin had a great game today, as you know. So that's what I expect from Florida. Great defense to try to slow this Denver running game down. And from Denver, of course, they're going to want to counter that. They want to do more of the same of what you saw today. A lot of Jared McChesney. And that's going to set up their play-action passes. And then Josh Miller's want to find his targets of Giacomo Jones, Bryce Battle, and Riley Quintero.
It's going to be a great championship game, and it's Mother's Day and all that stuff. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to have a bunch of people here with us. Tyler Falk, Stephen Mullinex, Eric Vincent, Cade Stevens, Tim Hackett will all be on board to cover that championship game. Mike, you are taking a family trip up to New York, so you will not be with us, which means that this is our last broadcast together of the season. And I think on behalf of the entirety of SFL Nation, all the viewers on TV, what we have been able to do and what you've been able to contribute to the SFL all season long for production, whether it be on TV or whether it be our game day wrap-up show on YouTube, all that stuff is most appreciated, and a season that I will never forget personally, Mike, because it's nice to finally have somebody to talk to on game day, these many hours that we put into all these simulations.
Cam, I'll tell you what, man, it's been a fantastic 15 weeks, 3 months, 3-4 months that we've been together. When I approached you about this opportunity, before the season started, I had no idea that it was going to be, this rewarding and this satisfying, and develop the relationship that we've had over the past few months. And I couldn't ask for anything more, and looking forward to seeing everyone again, next season, season 17.
I can't wait to see you in Houston in August for the convention, and hey, I'll be down there in a couple of weeks too. Maybe we get a chance to hook up. But yeah, it's been a great season. We've got one last game, Florida, Denver next Sunday, and we'll miss you next week in our coverage, Mike. But thanks for all you did all season long. Your last words. I'll give you the last word before we sign off.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cam, don't make me get misty before I take, before I take off. But yeah, I mean, back to the championship game, looking forward to it. I probably won't get to see it live. As you know, I'll be traveling, actually on a flight when the game takes place. But this entire season, like I said, has been great action, all season long. We've seen some great plays. We've met some great people. And like I said, I can't wait to do it all again, season 17.
And with that, we'll bid you adieu. I hope everybody has a great weekend out there. This has been the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports. We'll see you next Sunday for the championship game at 2:30 Eastern. Until then, take care.